I will start very briefly with the opportunity that China brings. All of us know it's world's largest country with about 1.3 billion people and $1 trillion food market. And that food market is growing, so it's going to reach 1.5 trillion in the next 10 years. And interestingly, the growth in Chinese market is not just a differential of population. The Chinese consumption is also increasing. It's becoming more sophisticated, and the opportunity is open to the world. I would like to pick a thread that Secretary of Commerce kind of mulled over in terms of free trade agreements. And I would like to give you two examples when you look at Pak-China trade. The first example is rice. And despite the fact that Pakistan has a market share of less than 1% in China's agriculture imports, rice still accounts for bulk of that. And when you look at China's agriculture import, Pakistan takes care of 8% of China's rice imports. Now, all the exports from Pakistan to China happen under a very short quota that is there with 1% duty. And when you look at the free trade agreement, rice is not there. So our exporters have to pay 65% duty as compared to ASEAN countries, which pays 20% on non-basmati and 50% on basmati. And I'm sure, and I'm presenting that because right now the second phase of Pak-China FTA is being negotiated. Now, as opposed to rice, when you look at citrus, for example, so citrus is a category 1 product with no tariff. But there, what we are producing is not in line with Chinese demands. And we are not making use of that. And port of entry requirements and SPS and all the other restrictions kind of preventing that. So the first and foremost, we need to kind of address these tariff and non-tariff barriers if we are serious to make use of at least agriculture trade opportunities. The second issue is our narrow export base, because irrespective of whatever we hear about our superior mango and quinoa and all the other fruits, these are still considered exotic fruits in the international market. And our food basket is domestic focused. So we need to kind of diversify and work with our small farmer base, which takes us to our third challenge. Now, a very important consideration for us is that if Pakistan is not going to make use of this opportunity, other countries will. If you look at Russia, for example, last year, Russia worked out its food safety standards and quarantine requirements with China for wheat, for soybean and maize, and within a year, Russia has replaced US as the largest wheat exporter to China. So we have to rush to be able to make use of that opportunity. And lastly, I think when we look at CPEC, CPEC is going to drive urbanization. And Pakistan is already a highly urbanized country with a lot of growth around the urban centers and along highways. And as we move towards more urbanization, as we build new highways, we also run the risk of running into the green spaces, the agricultural lands. And that is where the role of provincial government and effective implementation of land use policies become really important. So if we are serious about agriculture, these few issues need to be worked out. And my last point, because after that Secretary Board of Investment is coming, is about the special economic zones. Because if we are serious about agriculture even, a similar framework would be needed for agro-development zones and agro-technology zones. And that is of paramount importance to bring investors in and to retain them. Thank you.